Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 with the Rude Man. We're back in Canada. I haven't been on Canada for a week or so. And so I've been playing that Robillard. There's been the very first time that I loaded the Robillard map, I said to myself, this looks like the Canada map, which is what we're on now. And the reason I did is because if you look at the map itself, the fields are the same, kind of. So since then, I found out that the guy that made Robillard is actually taking his stuff not only from the Canada map, but that's been taken from Mavericks. So they've been using Mavericks map as a baseline. So you know, I don't know what to say about that. But you know, I'm hearing this through the grapevine, but I think it's correct. There was one. Somebody told me to go look at the guy's Facebook page, and he does mention there that he took things from the Maverick map. But anyway, there you go. It's still fun to play, and I said to myself when somebody told me that, I said, well, that's probably why I'm having fun playing it. Now again, I'm talking about the new Robillard map that I'm playing. And I said that, well, that's probably why I'm having fun playing it, because I really had fun playing Maverick. Maverick was one of my favorite maps. So anyway, I've got work to do. I'm going to get at this today. I'm still selling stuff. I've got things that I was I just finished sowing this field here. As you can see, I finished this side right here in carrots, and then I finished one up above field 23, I believe it is. If we look at field 23, that one has peanuts on it now. And what is this? Did I miss the end? I still have to do 21 and 22. So before I get started selling things, because that's going to... I start selling things and I wind up doing nothing else because there's so much production to do. So I got to get to these fields. Let me get these guys seeded up again and fueled up and that, and I'll get down to field 21 and 22. If you notice now, I've got over $10 million because I've been doing nothing but selling the stuff that I've already produced, and I can't keep up with it. It's just impossible. I can't keep up with the milk. I'm just going to have to start selling milk because I can't keep up with the production. I'm even getting taken over by the poo. And I had just a minute ago, I had another message that said that I can't make any more. Look at that! It tries to make more wool pallets, but something goes wrong and it throws one over in the field. I don't know what the heck. And then it gives me a message that says it's got no more room to make it. So let me run in here and get some stuff. I need to get some seed and some fertilizer. And we'll do a little bit of farming hopefully today. I don't know if you guys have noticed the and nobody has actually mentioned it to me yet, but they do sometimes, about the new game that's coming out in November. They've announced a release date, and I did actually stumble upon, I try not to, I really do, but I stumbled on a web page of a guy from England, I think, Great Britain, someplace, that was talking about, after GameCon, some of the things that they said about the new Farming Simulator game. And I happened to watch it, so now I know a whole lot more about what the game's supposed to do. And I really don't want to know stuff like that, because I like to be surprised. I like to buy a game, especially that is a new version of a game I'm already playing. I like to buy it, start it up, and be surprised, and be, oh my God, they did this. Oh, this is great. Oh, they've improved that. Oh, this is crappy. You know, why did they do that? So I like to kind of learn that stuff on my own. And I normally don't go look at those kind of pages, but somehow I talked myself into it. And I did watch this video, and now I know a whole lot more about the game. So I won't be surprised now. The only thing I'll be surprised at is that, oh, well, now it's going to do this, and I'm happy about that. And then I get in the game, and they didn't do it right, and then I'm going to be pissed off. Where normally, I'd have just been excited that they added it. And that's kind of why I don't watch those things. But anyway, that's my problem. All right, let's see. I did peanuts up here, so, and evidently it missed part of the field. So let me grab the peanuts before it gets too far into the growth stage. Peanuts. Right, let's get this, finish this field off before it gets too far into the growth. Then I gotta decide what I want to do for the other two fields. Uh-oh. Oh well. Looking out my window, I see a convoy of city work trucks go by. I wonder where they're going. They have some kind of a sewer emergency or something. I can imagine somebody sitting in their bathtub trying to take a bath, and the sewer's backing up, and the water's turning into chocolate. Where did that come from? Remember, I told you guys, don't ask me what I'm thinking. Sometimes you probably don't really want to know. All right, so now we got to decide what else we want to do. Let's see. We did carrots. I think we've got some onions, but I can't recall. I could look, I guess. Where's onions? Where's the extra stuff? We've got onions, grapes, sorghum, black beans, and carrots. And field number 2 has onions on it. And then field number 2, we've got peanuts. There's rye and coffee. We haven't done coffee. We haven't done rice either. So maybe we should. Let's do rice and coffee. Well, we haven't done mustard, I don't believe. Oh, there's a lot of junk we haven't done. Let's do some rice and some coffee in 22 and 21. But let's see, what do we have here? Let me get back here. Number 1. Where's number 2? 2 was onions. 1 is, I don't know what. Potatoes, maybe? Then I've got 4 and 5. 5 is in corn. No. Corn? What's 4 in? 4 is in black beans. Okay. And 5 was... I'm just trying to check to make sure I've got all my fields seeded with something. And it looks like I do, except for 22 and 21. So, okay, we're going to do rice, I think. And what else did I say? Coffee. I don't know what we can do with it except for sell it. I don't think there's I don't think there is a production for rice or coffee. Now I might be mistaken about coffee. We'll find out. But I don't want to do grapes. Let's do hops, tobacco, onions, carrots, sugar cane, potatoes, sugar beets, wheat, rape, barley, maize. I went by it, didn't I? Sunflower, soybeans, oats, cotton, millet, rye, triticale. You know what? Here's what I'm thinking. I don't have my seeder set up for those because I've never had rice and coffee before. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to remod those to do coffee and rice, and I'm not going to do these fields right now. So let me tie this thing back up, because I got plenty of stuff to do in this episode. I've already been through 10 or 15 minutes of it. So, and I really want to do those new crops, and I need to remod this anyway. because this isn't the only map I've got that does rice and coffee. So evidently when I modded this thing, I didn't add those because, well, I didn't have a map that had those on it. So let's do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. What's down here? What we got going here? I was selling this stuff. Oh, hey, I did the road train thing, didn't I? Okay, how's this gonna work? Should have just pulled it on here and put it on. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do? Alright, hang on. Let me try to do this systematically somehow. I forgot I hooked up the road train to do this. This is gonna go a lot faster than I thought. Alright, so let's see. I need to kind of do this so I can drop both trailers. I want to bring it in. Let's put it, for one thing, let's put it on the front trailer. So we're going to put it on the front trailer. And let's do that side right there. Alright, let's see if we can drop these right there. And then they should start selling. Let me see if I can pull the camera back far enough. That's one of the issues. Right there. And let's do that again. Let's switch to the back trailer. And we're going to go the other side and drop it. Now, let's see if we can get out of here without tearing up our pallets. Cool, cool, cool. And let's let that stuff sell. And it is selling. And let's go get some more stuff. Tell you what, we're going to run over and get that wool so that the... where in the hell am I? Where am I? Am I at a Walmart? No. Okay. I'm not where I thought I was. Not at all. Let's run back up the farm. So I guess I'm back to selling when I said I wasn't gonna. Gonna do some farming, but too bad, so sad. Things change. Priorities next, such, that kind of thing. Well, I'm gonna need a smaller truck, I think, to get in there on that wool, because I've got to get that one out of the pasture. So let's run this back up to the okay, let's grab some meat. Let's do that. Whoa. Don't jackknife. Alright, we're gonna grab meat with this guy and get some stuff sold. Now, let me see. What are we doing? Work position. Work position. Pallets. Pallets. Okay, that's all fine and well, but I'm on the wrong trailer. Work position. There we go. And then let's switch to the back trailer and see if we can get a little bit closer. Okay, my camera just isn't long enough to be able to see that back trailer all together, which is exactly why I didn't put, you have to go from an angle. That's why I didn't put 3 trailers on. It's too hard to see. Go this way. There we go. Are we full up? Not quite. These trailers seem to work better than that other one. I'm really thinking that that other trailer is the reason I'm getting pallets out on the fields. It's not, it doesn't work correctly. There's just something about it. Alright, it's not letting me get that last. Why not? Oh, it did. It did. It's just a smaller pallet. Okay, fine. Alright, so where are we going to sell this stuff? Meat. Oh, man. Let's see what prices we can get. Look at all the red. I'm really flooding the market. Really, I'm flooding the market like crazy. That's my thought anyway. Alright, let's find the meat. Where the heck's it at? Look at all the products we got on this map. Alright, I'm getting some crappy prices wherever this is on this meat. So, there's quite a price difference there. But I've got a mixed bag on this. Buying pallet 1 looks like the better price. Buying pallet 1. Buying pallet 1. Isn't that the one I'm already on? Let me look where buying pallet 1 is at. Maybe not. Nope, this is the one at the harbor. So this isn't the one that I dropped all that stuff at. It's a different one. Let's grab our other truck. All right, let's grab this truck. Now, see, this is a pallet I picked up out of the field. This big daddy truck is the one that I think is causing the stuff to jump over into fields, to drop pallets into fields. But it's the one I'm going to use right now because I want to get in closer to get that stuff there. Okay, what do we got? There we go. Alright, that's got a load. Now, I didn't get the one out of the field, but that should get that thing producing again. I hope. Right, let's grab that other truck. And I don't know if it's in this. It's not. Is it in... What category is it in? That one's in 4. The road train... Okay, I don't know where the road train is. There it is. Is it in a category? It is not. Let's put it in 4 with the rest of the farm equipment. And then let's go sell this stuff. 10,349,000 is where I'm at right at the moment. And I got to write myself a note when I'm done with this episode to go remod that cedar. If I don't write myself a note, I know what's going to happen. Here's the thing. I'll record, and as soon as I say I'll see you in the next episode, and I turn the recording machine off and I turn the sound machine off, the sound recording device off, and immediately I want to start rendering the movie while it's fresh in my mind. Because there's times where, you know, I'll do what everybody does, fart, burp, you know, yawn, sneeze, you know, the phone rings. There's always some kind of an issue. And so there's always stuff to cut out. Sometimes I get it all, sometimes I don't. But I usually try to do it right after I finish the recording, because by then it's fresh in my mind. Because I'll think, okay, it seems like about 5 or 10 minutes in I had to sneeze, or the phone rang. And if I don't jot that down someplace, which I don't, then the best thing for me to do is to do the rendering right when I'm done, because I know that someplace in this video I've done something that I want to edit out. Okay? Now, let's say I don't do it that way. Let's say I finish, I turn the thing off, and I go do another recording. And then another one. So I can get 3 or 4 raw pieces of raw in the can. Well, then I forget which one I made the mistake on, or which one I sneezed in, which one the phone rang in. Get my drift? So if I don't write myself a note, I'm not going to remember. Right, let's, now that I've talked about that, let me see if I can get in here square enough. Where's my camera? Alright, if I can get here. How am I going to get this? Oh, this is not going to be as easy as the other one. Yeah, let me try this again. Let me get on that back trailer and see if I can drop it over there and still be within the limit. Well, it worked out okay. Let that go. Alright, we'll let that sell. Let's go get the wool, find out what we need on it. While I'm close enough, let me go see what we got left in vegetables. Initially, I'm trying to get the stuff that's just sitting on the ground. If you remember, I was going to store it on the ground and leave it until there was such thing as a great demand. And then I started thinking, wait a minute, that's going to cause all kinds of lag and crap, all that stuff sitting on the ground. I decided just to sell it. Yeah, I got a little bit left here. So let's grab this. I was trying to get this stuff that I just threw on the ground done first. Let's jump to the front trailer and do something like that. Then we'll come back and get all the stuff sitting on the pads, on the production pads, conveyor belt pads, whatever you want to call them. Great demand for hops, the thing I don't have. Alright, so let's see, there's the fruit. Alright, so since we've got an empty trailer, let's go ahead and grab some more fruit off the conveyor belts. And then we'll figure out where we need to sell it. Alright, so again, I don't know if it makes too much difference, but let's just check on fruits in general. That's the vegetables. There's the fruit. Okay, so the fruit in general is selling best right now at buying pallet number 1, the one we just came from. Buying pallet number 2 is the second choice, but so I don't think, let's just drive this thing up there and park it, because that thing isn't empty by any means. It's still selling up a storm. Yeah, we'll just take this thing and park it over here until that thing empties out. And then we'll come back, sell it. Let's park it right here. Alright. See what else we need to do. We need to sell I almost said cotton. We need to sell the wool. And the wool is Selling best at buying pallet number 1, the most popular place. Holy smokes. We're going to flood the market at buying pallet number 1. Those prices have got to stop dropping. I'm going to drive in there and see how much space we've got. If we have enough space, I'll just drive this truck and leave it on the space and let it sell off the trailer. Yeah, there's room there now, so let's just pull this thing in and let it sell right off the trailer, and then we'll wait for that other stuff to finish selling before we bring that second truck in, or the road train. Let's just park this right here. Okay, now let's see. What do we need to do? What do we need to do? This guy should not be here because I always forget I've got him. He's just sitting out here in the middle of nowhere. Let's pull him in where we can see him. Okay, the other thing I was doing was collecting poo, because I got poo everywhere. So, let's find the poo mobile. I don't need to have him way out here either. Okay, let's take this feller. Well, you know what? I might need this guy when I get to 21 and 20, or 22 and 21. Let me just move him a little bit closer to them. We'll work out his duties later. I said duty. Okay. Let's run down the line here. This guy could start working again, I guess. Or is there grass already to pick up on this field? Oh, it doesn't really matter. He's already got his course. Let's just make him drive. Get this guy out of the way. Oh man, look at him take off. Oh my god, I'll never catch him. Forget it. There's the other rig right there. I was wondering where the other grass picker upper was. The other forage wagon. I forget what they call, so I just call them what I want. I call them grass picker upper, quicker picker upper, yeah, that kind of thing. I just make stuff up. That's the way I am. Oh, I thought I was going to get stuck in there, and I didn't. Man, this guy's kind of squirrely. Now, see, I'm already a little bit disappointed in what I heard about 2019, and it just teeny tiny disappointment. It's not game-breaking stuff. I'm not gonna come out and just cry in my soup about stuff that I've heard that I don't like or I'm disappointed in. But there is one little thing. Well, it's more than one, but I heard there wasn't going to be any class, however you want to pronounce it. Some people say class and some people say class. We jump out of here and head to this I don't know how much I've got in grass here. Let's see. Oh, more than 500,000. That's not very much. That's why I brought this train over, but that's not enough to start working on the train yet, so not going to worry about that. Let's get on with other things. We're going to just run through here and see what else we need to do. Oh, I was looking for Poo Machine. Super Poo. The Super Poo King I was looking for. Right, let's see. Let's keep picking up poo and storing it till I figure out what to do with it. Or it's not that I need to figure out what to do with it. It's until I can figure out what I want to do with it. So we'll just keep picking up from the cattle here, because man, look at the pile of poo there is there. Holy smokes. Look at that. Man, that's a lot of poo. Which will tell you there's probably tons of slurry there too. One of these days, I might actually, before I stop playing this map, pick up all those stupid gold nuggets. I shouldn't be so... Oh, I shouldn't be so prejudiced against the gold nuggets. Now, what is that? That's a sell point. I don't want to sell it. I want to store it. I shouldn't be so prejudiced there, but... and the reason why is like there's one map I'm playing now that I got all upset because they put one of the gold nuggets right at the start point where you spawn yourself in, and I had about 20 people getting on my case. Not literally, they're just being helpful. I had about 20 people send me a comment that said all 100 nuggets, because when you look at that, I'm talking about Robillard. Right in front of the front porch steps, where you would immediately walk right over it, is what looks like a giant gold brain. And it doesn't look like a gold nugget. Well, the reason why it doesn't is because there's 100 of them there. And so you step out and you get all 100, boom, you've got $1 million. Now, I've recorded about 3 or 4 episodes already before I got all these memos, these comments. So you're going to see about 2 or 3 episodes where I'm trying to not step over those gold pieces. Now that I know, the next episode I record, I'm going to jump right on that. So I don't know how much poo I've got. I don't know if it'll even tell me, because it's going into a modded storage. Poo-poo. Where's the poo-poo? Nah, it might be telling me. It might be. Did I actually put some in a farm silo? I don't think the farm silo takes it. Does it? I don't know if there's a limit to the production of poo. If the poo pile on the cow farm in the cow shed gets full, is there a possibility that it can get full and that the cows don't produce anymore? I don't know. What time is it? It is 7 o'clock in the evening. And you know what I think I'm going to do? Let me take a look at the milk situation here and see what I've got. Now, breeding pigs, cows. I've got 94,000 gallons of milk. And then breeding cows, I've got 457,000. Oh boy, I got to work on cows again. Gee, they just eating me out of house and home. Somebody told me not to worry that they don't starve to death, but it isn't that. It isn't that they're actually physically starving to death. It's that it's the thought in my mind, because I kept saying that I had to do something or they were going to starve to death, and I didn't want them to starve to death. And somebody told me, well, they don't actually starve in the game. Well, I know, but in my mind, if you don't feed something, they're going to starve and they're going to be suffering. And, you know, even though they actually aren't in the game, I can still think that they are. If I don't feed them, it still makes me feel bad. It'd be like, you know, not having enough food in the house for my children. You know, I would feel terrible bad that my kids were going hungry. All right. And, you know, it has nothing to do with me being plain that is, you know, like realism is the key. To me, it's not. It's a game. It's not real. It isn't real. I'm not necessarily into that 100%. Do I kind of role play once in a while? Of course I do, because that's, you know, that's kind of fun. I don't take it terribly serious, though. I don't know how you can take any video game to be completely serious and in realism. I'm talking about realism now, because it isn't gonna be. It isn't gonna be. You can try to make it that way, and that's fine. It's your play style. But I'm not into it that much. I'm into it a little bit. I'd like to think that if I didn't feed my cattle, they would die. Well, no, that didn't sound good. I wouldn't like to think that they'd die. I'd like to think that that would be something that could happen, and I wouldn't want it to happen. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't. Heck with it. I'm going to feed the damn animals. This is going to be an all-day job, isn't it? Glad I put the racing engine in this thing. When you buy the Super Poo King, you have the choice to put a racing engine in it. And I did choose that option, so glad I did. You just have to be really careful. You have to don't turn the steering wheel. If you do, this thing's going to go whack-a-doodle-doo. And make sure you slow down before you turn. It's, especially when it's full. Because you can really, really get squirrely with this thing. Alright, pump it a little action here. Oh, stop! Come back. Come back. Oh no, I'm stuck. I overdid it on that one. I should have just popped it a little bit on the accelerator until it got on there. There we go. And slam the brakes on real quick. I might have to beep the brakes up on this thing. Okay, so while that's doing that, let me just run through and see what I need to do. I think the mower's probably done. It is. Let's get this guy on the road and ready for action. And then he's going to fill up before he gets to the end. So let's grab Enterprise and stop this course. Pull him off the road here. Grab the other rig. You know, I was thinking at one time that I was going to lease this field and get the crops off of it. Then I thought, why the hell should I do that? I got more stuff than I know what to do with now. I'm sitting here with $10 million in the bank. And I probably got another $10 million sitting out on the sidewalk with all the products I have. Alright, let's get this guy to catch up to that guy. In the meantime, let's continue on. See what else we need to do. I could get this guy down, I guess. I got potatoes to pick up there. Ow. What happened? Carried away. Now this guy isn't going to be big enough, actually. Let me get that big one. This one has 80,000. I can't remember what that one holds. This one, I think it holds at least 100. I should remod it to do 150 just for this map. Get this old washer machine going here. What is this? Is this the Mercedes? What is that? That's a Scania. Oh. Do they really sound like that? Sound like an old washer machine. One that's not running real well. Okay, so what do I need to feed the breeding cows? Well, first of all, I can give them grass, I guess. Oh, gosh, they need water, too. And, hang on. I know what I want to do. It's getting, I don't want to forget this. I don't want to forget this. The reason why I asked you what time it was, and I said it was 7 o'clock, now it's 8:30. So, the reason I asked you that, because I wanted to take this down, I want to sell the milk. So, let's, I guess I actually didn't need to do that. I could have just went to the garage and sold that milk. We're going to sell the milk. It says stop milk sign and let it sell at midnight. It's going to sell all the milk at midnight. Let's sell this. Uh-oh. What's going on? What's it doing? What is it doing? Let's try it again. I don't know what happened. It just went crazy on me. Okay, go to the garage. Go to stop milk sale. All I wanted to do was just click on the darn thing and highlight it. It just went nuts on me. Let's sell that. And now at midnight, all of our milk should sell, including the milk in the breeding cows. So we'll get all that money. And then let's take a look at what we need in the animals. We need, what did I say? Oh, we're going to start with grass. Right, let's do that. Let's start with grass. And we should have grass in here. If we don't, I know I've got it everywhere. Let's see, wheat, barley, soybeans, potatoes, sugar beets. Where the controversy came, and I shouldn't even say it's a controversy. It's not. It was comments I was getting, because I kept saying, well, if I feed them at least grass, they've got something to eat, so they're not going to starve. Even if I don't have all the other stuff, the mixed rations, the all that kind of stuff, where I'm not going to get the total 100% or 110% production value on the animals. I was only worried about them starving to death, and that's where it came from. Some people were taking me literal, and in my mind, I was just saying, I don't want the animals to starve to death. They're not real animals. They're not going to starve. But in my mind, if you don't feed something, they get hungry, and they suffer, and that's miserable. I don't want miserable animals. Is that all they took? Because I was going to the breeding animals, wasn't I? Wrong cows. Sorry. There we go. This should take quite a bit. Should take the whole load. You take the whole load. The Fendt Vario is in traffic. I'm thinking it's because it needs to be loaded. How much did that give them? Breeding cows. Grass. Look at that. A whole truckload. And it barely gave them any. Holy smokes, I've got 1,700 animals. I gotta sell. I've got to sell. Right, I tell you what, I got to get some more stuff for the animals to eat, but I'm going to call it an episode here. Hope you had fun. If you did, give it a like, share it with a friend, subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you back on the farm in the next episode. In the meantime, happy farming.